It's been a week, my friend.
It has been. I thought yesterday I was so pissed. I was out for dinner yesterday, and the whole dinner was like, it's Friday. My work week is over. It feels. And then we walked out of the restaurant. I was getting in my vehicle. I sat down, and the moment my butt cheeks hit the seat, I was like, fuck, it's Thursday.
The sad realization that it's actually not Friday.
Yeah. But I mean, now it is, thank God. So we made it now.
Hey,
but,
speak for yourself, man. I still gotta work tomorrow.
hey, that's not my fucking problem.
I mean, you're right. But all right.
Oh,
Cool.
Man.
So, funnily enough, today in history is actually the first fireside chat that was given by Franklin Theodore. Wait,
You got the two Roosevelts mixed. Franklin Theodore Eleanor.
Franklin Roosevelt. Franklin Delano. No, that's
No, you got it.
that's his middle name.
Yeah. Is it?
Is
I'm
it?
pretty sure. Wait.
Frankie D. Roosevelt. We're just
I'm
gonna call
pretty
him
sure.
Frankie D.
Well, his wife was Eleanor. I'm pretty sure it's. That can't be a coincidence. Is
Delano?
it Delaware? No, I
Delaware?
don't think that's...
No.
Oh God.
Anyway, so it's the first fireside chat given by Franklin D. Roosevelt.
Delano. Okay, so you were
Delano.
close.
I was close.
Yeah, you were very close.
I just got Delano from Eleanor and What was it again?
Delano.
Delano?
Yes.
What a
Because
weird
it wasn't
name.
pronounced like Delano, like that. It was Delano.
I actually had a little tennis friend when I was playing tennis. His last name was DeLeo, so it's kind of close.
Kind of
And it's a last name, not a middle name, but you know what? I'm going to take it.
It's
gonna
a
take-
pass.
Yeah.
You'll take what hollow victories you can get.
He's actually the grad assistant for ETBU.
Huh.
Yeah. Speaking of the devil, that lovely, lovely place that I adored so much. But yeah, it was the very first fireside chat given today during the Great Depression, which I think is pretty freaking cool because you and I both really like history, and it just so happens on the very first day we decided to record a podcast on the very first episode, it's fucking that. That's cool.
That is, especially for that like era that again we know a decent amount about, but we can't I guess sympathize with that because we weren't around during that time. We have gone through a great recession and a worldwide pandemic, so there's that. But so we have, I guess, some kind of small semblance. But like you said, the fact that we sit down, we're like, all right, is there anything significant on this day? And then bam, we find that. So
Great Depression.
Great Depression.
Fireside chat. It's cool. All right, so we've gotten our introduction, I guess, out of the way. So let's move on to what we actually wanted to talk about today. Now, this is a very, what would you call it? Work in progress kind of structure to how we want to do this. We don't know if we want to do like a random generated subject, or if we want to do just talk about notes and what we've done of the day or what we've seen. But today, what we're going to talk a little bit about is some gaming news. In retrospect, or not retrospect, more importantly, Microsoft has bought Bethesda.
Finally acquired. The acquisition has finished.
How long ago did they start the
So,
talks on this?
well, talks started back around, I believe, September.
of 2020?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's been a while, and that, I think, so far, is Microsoft's biggest acquisition, because I think Mojang was $2.5 billion, something
Yeah.
around there. Which, for the biggest game in the history of the world, Minecraft, I think it's still it beat Tetris out a couple years ago. Excuse me, but so to acquire a company like that and then acquire Bethesda, which I mean makes sense because you have all these IPs, you have Dishonored, you have Doom, you have Wolfenstein, you have Elder Scrolls, you have Fallout, you have like a amalgamation of genre-defining titles, basically.
Some of the biggest titles that have ever crossed the market.
Exactly.
And Microsoft now owns like, what, 40% of them?
I mean,
maybe more than that.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the exact stake. However, I believe the reason why it broke news again is because now Microsoft basically came out and was like, hey, it's fully acquired. The European Union kind of approved the merger, and
it's been legally approved.
Yes, and they showed off like why, or the main benefit is like, hey, all these Bethesda games are coming to Game Pass, which is Xbox's big like kind of Netflix style subscription service, which is working out great for them. So now I guess on that, to my knowledge, I think Wolfenstein 2 got added on there, Doom Eternal got added on there, which badass game, go play it. Stuff like I don't know if stuff like Fallout 76 or anything else got on there. I think maybe Skyrim Special Edition is on there now. Anyway, a lot of stuff, which it's not fully in Xbox's library because I think some stuff is going to remain time exclusives, like Deathloop and Ghostwire Tokyo are both going to stay PS5 exclusives, at least for a little bit, maybe like 6 months to a year, however long those timed exclusivity deals work. But that's still a huge, because Microsoft, their biggest move, whereas Sony and Nintendo have like exclusives, Microsoft's biggest move in the past few years has been buying out studios like Mojang, Team Ninja, or Ninja Theory, one of the two. I get those two mixed up all the damn time. And then now with Bethesda / ZeniMax, you have again a gargantuan sized partner now on your side. What if that's going to amount to anything? I don't know. So
not necessarily on their side, but they're in their pocket.
Right. So maybe a couple years from now, after exclusivity deals end, maybe Elder Scrolls 6 and Starfield and future Fallouts, future Dooms, whatever it is, will those all be on it? Now they'll still be coming to PC, so they'll still have that. But I own Doom on a PlayStation, so you know, if this had happened a couple years ago, that might not be the case today. So
what's it gonna look like for Sony? Because I mean, Sony has their exclusivity things, but like, is Elder Scrolls 6 gonna be on PS5? Is Elder Scrolls going to be a full exclusive Microsoft, series like Halo?
Right, which would be, that would be, I think, a system seller. Personally,
it would be.
Yeah,
it would totally be a system seller. But is Elder Scrolls 6 gonna release on the PS6?
Yeah, or
is it gonna release as like a late PS5 release?
Right.
Because I mean, for PC, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. PC's gonna release, or PC releases are gonna release whenever they want to.
Right.
Because there's no generations of PC, so they don't have to wait. But for an Xbox Series X or whatever,
Series X / S is like the newer ones.
Yeah. So you don't have to wait for the next one.
Right. However, with stuff like that, we don't know if it's, which I believe Bethesda came out and said you're not going to even see, not a release date, but you're not even going to see any more info on Elder Scrolls 6 till like 2024. Which, if that's how long they're taking, by all goddamn means, take your time. But
it's kind of the thing with like, see, Elder Scrolls 6 is like people getting hyped for it for years, right? Diablo 4 was like, I know this is kind of off topic, but like what you're saying about not seeing anything until 2024, Diablo 4, it was kind of like a, oh my god, Blizzard fucked up. We fucked up as Blizzard. Boy, look at Diablo 4. I'm hoping it's not that. It's like Bethesda's like, oh, we're being bought by Microsoft, but don't worry, Elder Scrolls 6 is on the way.
Right. Exactly.
4 years.
Yeah, in 4 years. Well, I'm also pretty sure that Todd Howard came out and was like, I don't think there's anything that we didn't screw up with Fallout 76 being the major title. So hopefully they see that, which was like their biggest, which it was touted as their biggest project, because you had the Austin studio, I think the Dallas studio. You had like all these and all these like external developers coming together and working on it. I think they have an Austin and Dallas studio. I'm pretty sure. I know like BioWare, another developer, does. But I'm pretty sure Bethesda as well. I know for a fact they have a Dallas office because I've walked right next to it. But
I was on one of your job interviews, right?
Yes, it was. So a huge project that didn't turn out how they expected. It's more positively received now, but I think they can learn from that and be like, okay, here's how we messed up. Here's what we did well. What can we apply in those aspects to future projects? ES6, Starfield, whatever it is. And speaking of, Skyrim has been out for 10 goddamn years.
No fucking way.
It came out 2011.
Damn.
It's been...
funny enough, like, my cousins and I are always, like, really, really big Oblivion fans. Like, I've put hundreds of hours into Oblivion. Hundreds, right? So I have all my cousins on my dad's side. And I remember, I had the GameStop magazine, right? And I remember flipping through the page and seeing Skyrim, and my dad and I actually sat in the kitchen in the house in Gainesville. I don't know if you remember that. Mm-hmm. Where he had his, So we sat there, we talked about it, because he doesn't give a shit about video games, but he always wanted to talk about things that Kate and I enjoyed, my little sister and I enjoyed. And so we talked about Skyrim in the kitchen for like an hour and a half. And I knew he didn't give a shit, but it was a nice moment. 10 fucking years.
Yeah.
That is insane.
And how it's progressed from when it first released. Now you have mods like Exploding Chickens and Thomas the Tank Engine and Macho Man Randy Savage and all this ridiculous stuff.
That's probably why it's still in the spotlight so much, is because of the mods that you're able to implement.
Exactly. Like it can change however much you want it to, until your PC breaks, until it just completely craps the bed.
Well, that's why I still play Mountain Blade Warband, because of the mods.
That's why I play Pandemic Star Wars Battlefront 2 from 2005, because you can turn it into Mass Effect.
The good one.
Hey, the EA one wasn't good at first, I admit, but now that it's finally stopped updating, I still go back to the old one. But the new one's not, in my opinion, not a bad game, especially if you get Ewok Hunt with a bunch of buddies. That's really fun.
See, now I got the second one for free and I haven't touched it.
But that's also not like your go-to style. You can play it, but that's not your go-to style of game.
That's fair, yeah. Love Total War.
Yeah,
love me some Total War.
Do you?
and Warframe. Well, I don't know, because I say that's not really my style, but the most hours I have in a game is PlanetSide 2 and Warframe, which are action shooters.
Yeah. PlanetSide being a first-person shooter.
Yeah.
Warframe being a third-person shooter, and Battlefront 2 is both of them. You can do whichever viewpoint and style you want. So.
Yeah.
But you are also you are aware of, and like you get and like the idea of Star Wars, but that is the only movie franchise that I like live and breathe. So there's also that. So,
do you think it's more because you enjoy the game, or you enjoy the universe it's in?
Well, I feel like a lot of the appeal is because the universe that it's centered in, I already have such a like love and connection to, that I feel like that makes the whole experience come together more cohesively, because I think it's a well-designed game. I didn't at first when it first came out, because I worked at a GameStop when it came out. Mm-hmm. I had a guy actually basically mount the desk and be like, I didn't play the beta, I'm coming here on day one, I need this game in my life. I was like, Darth Maul is not that fucking cool. Like, you need to come.
But he's red.
I mean,
and he has horns.
I only say that because
or spikes.
He's a Sabrak.
He has spikes.
Listen, hey, if you watch Clone Wars and Rebels, he's a much better character, but that's besides the point. No, Darth Maul's cool, but I say that because that's who he wanted. That's who that guy mainly wanted to play as. But so when it came out, I initially did not give a shit. I was like, this is more of the same reasons why I disliked Battlefront 1. And then Battlefront 1 got fully updated a year and a half later, and I'm like, wow, this game's pretty good now. And then Battlefront 2 is now fully updated. It fully updated like the end of 2019 or beginning of 2020, whatever it was. And I'm like, wow, this game's pretty fucking cool now because it has all the stuff. I mean, when you launch a game, a Star Wars game, mind you, Battlefront 1 was just Rebels and Empire, so I can get it. But Battlefront 2 is all the eras, touted as like the biggest the new hotness when it comes to Star Wars games. You launch a game that's set in all 9 episodes, and you don't come out with Anakin Skywalker on launch. Something's going wrong. The guy that the saga is centered on. You have Vader. You don't have Sky. You don't have Anakin. You don't have Obi-Wan.
I realize as I'm looking at our notes, our tiny little section notes, we have gone so far off topic.
Listen,
Like Microsoft bought Bethesda.
Star Wars. Okay, but that's true. That's both of our faults. We can both attribute to it.
Yeah, no, that's definitely our
So,
faults.
end all be all, Battlefront 2, pretty good game. I like the new one. I like the old one. Good shit. Okay.
Microsoft bought Bethesda for $7.5 billion. We forgot to mention that at the beginning.
Did we say that?
7.5 we mentioned Mojang in their $2.5 billion acquisition. Right. But we forgot to mention the fact that Microsoft bought Bethesda for $7.5 billion.
Right, which again...
You know how many fucking tennis balls I could buy with $7.5 billion?
What is that, like 20, 30 Snickers bars?
All right, anyway.
Yeah, which for them is probably pocket change, but...
Yeah.
Moving on.
Moving on to our next topic. So apparently, some fucking...
Wow.
A fugitive on the run got arrested because he got bored from the pandemic lockdown and wanted to play some Call of Duty.
Right.
First of all, why? Mm-hmm. Now,
well, I mean, the guy was, I think, Clint was his name, and he's 36, which, I mean, not anybody's bored during a lockdown, but like, I feel like when you're by yourself at 36, all you want to do is go out, right? Because like I don't know if this dude, if he does have a family, cool. If not, you're a fugitive. You probably hang out with him. You know, you can't see your wife, kids, husband, whatever you have on the daily. Yeah. My biggest thing. So yes, he went to So apparently this happened in January, but they just recently published a video of the incident, or at least the police authority in question published a video of the incident.
Oh, the article that I read said it happened like 2 days ago.
The video was released 2 days ago, but he was reapprehended on January 13th, and then the West Midlands police published a video of the incident saying, "Hey, here's what happened," because it's probably been long enough that they can now release that to the public because it's been 2 months.
This was in the UK, by the way.
Yes. So he,
not the US.
Yeah, he entered a, I guess, shopping center.
Yeah.
Which I'll get to that in a second. So he entered a shopping center, and in the video, he proceeds to kick an officer in the genitals. It looks like he tried to rack him. And then he tries to run and just immediately trips. And so he's restrained. He gave them a false name, but they recognized his appearance.
Yeah.
He was already serving a 17-year sentence for robbery and firearms, which was going to end in 2024. He only had 3 years left. You've already served 14. So, like, yeah, it sucks, but, like, you already did.
You already did 14.
You already did 14 years. You could have just waited.
Left.
That's just like blink and it's done in comparison.
Yeah,
in retrospect. But he escaped in November. They issued a warrant. They were out for him, and then he was reapprehended. So he got an additional 13 months in prison, and another 6 months for assaulting officers. So you were going to be done in 3 years, and now you're not going to be done for 4.5. So my biggest question: if he had access to internet, he could have just downloaded it. Like he could have just
bought it online.
Or not only that, but I'm sure that he has at least 1 or 2 friends or people looking out for him. So he could have been like, "Hey, bud, can you go to this city center and buy me Call of Duty? Because they're not going to look at you and think anything twice. But when I do it, I am just bored. I wanted to get out. Even though the entire local authorities know me by name and face, and they're looking for me to lock me back up."
You could have just taken a walk around the block and been safer.
Right.
But you took the risk. You went to a shopping center to buy a video game. Not like... I would have kind of understood it if you went to go get booze.
Or food for, like, himself or his children or whatever.
Maybe a few groceries. Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, if he was, like... if he was dependent on some kind of medical supplies or prescription drugs or something.
Yeah.
However,
No, it was a fucking video game.
now Cold War is a good time, but I would not break a lockdown or my prison sentence for it.
For Cold War, no.
For any game.
Yeah, it's a good time, but I mean, for
You,
an extra year in prison.
a year and a half.
Oh, a year and a half.
Yeah.
So
19 months. Yeah.
So yeah.
So now he's back. I believe he's back in there. So
Yeah, I'd imagine so.
What
kicking a cop in the balls?
yeah,
I would have taken the
that's what it
motherfucker
looked
down
like.
myself.
That's what that angle looked like. So he could have definitely racked him. But yeah, he's doing good. He's doing.
That's stupid, man. That's so
doing,
stupid.
He's doing okay. He is doing okay. Oh god.
Okay, so we're kind of reaching our time limit already. I didn't expect to talk about the Bethesda thing so long and then get on a tangent on Star Wars. So, do you want to either talk about the fires that caused Rust's servers to go down, or would you like to talk about some fun work stories?
What work stories did you have? I didn't.
Well, we have the one from today.
Okay. Oh,
We have the nice old man from today.
oh,
And
bless that
then,
guy's heart.
We also have, my favorite thing is when people come to the wrong place.
Oh god.
And they get pissed off because they came to the wrong place.
That is true.
And it's our fault we're not that other institution.
Right. So I feel like as adults, man, you get 2 or 3 new work stories every day, which in some aspects is great because that's what keeps the job interesting.
It really does.
Because I mean, how fun would it? How monotonous would it be? We both came home. It was like, I moved, I did things with transaction. I
boop the boops and then now
customer's account, the numbers changed. Ooh. I answered phone. I hung up. So it kind of every job needs stories like that.
So let's go with the one story about that happened today.
Okay.
Right? And then I want to talk about the Quesalupa. Okay, so this is a replacement segment for our work story because after listening back to it and thinking about it, we didn't think it was very good for us to be talking like that. And it's not really the way we want to go, making fun of people and that kind of negative shit. So here we are. We are instead going to talk about Spotify or ours. Are we going to talk, or are we just going to have to deal with you tripping over your words? Music.
There you go.
I don't really have much to say. I mean, Dead Members' new album came out.
You're welcome.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, the name of the album. You're welcome.
I mean, thank you, I guess. But yeah, it came out March 5th, 2021. It came out to mixed reviews. Google listeners had a 44% positive rating. New Noise Magazine gave it 5 stars, but New Musical Express gave it 2.
Which for like bigger bands, especially this far along in the career, I mean, these guys have been going at it for like 18 years. I think they started in 2003. Have been just like I guess you could say, like, in terms of mashups of both punk and like post-hardcore and metalcore, they've been kind of at the forefront of bringing all that together. And so for bands that are, I guess, as big as them amongst that group, it gets reviewed by more people. So what am I even trying to say at this point? I don't know.
It sounds like you're trying to explain why it had such a rating.
Well, yeah, but then I also browsed the subreddit, and even diehards were just going off on this album. They're like, I don't like any of it. Like, what the hell happened to my favorite band? Which, I mean, I've been listening to them since I think it was right after What Separates Me From You came out. So it was probably like 2010. 2010, 2011, somewhere in there. So I mean, like, I get these people have been fans of this band for, over a decade, and they were with Victory Records, I believe, for the longest time, and now they're with Fueled by Ramen. So that's Fueled by Ramen has more like that, more punk, I guess, post-hardcore feel. But the reason I guess a lot of people are harping on it is because it incorporated a lot of pop elements. One of their songs has like a country twang to it. And so people were like, what the hell is this? You have those people that wanted different, but not in this way. And then you have people that wanted, Homesick 2.0. Or What Separates Me From You 2.0, which What Separates Me From You is a perfect album. Don't at me. Yeah. But yeah, I have gone through and listened to it myself about probably 5 times at this point. And my first listen, I was really not a fan. I will be honest, but after repeat listens, I'm like, okay, I see what direction they're going with, and I personally, I get it. Like they're having fun. They make music they love, and it's not bad music. At first, I was like, this is good music. This is just not what I expect from A Day to Remember. But again, they've always kind of had that jump between. I mean, with Common Courtesy, you have songs like Violence, which is like seen as like their heaviest song. But then you also have you already have Already Gone and I Surrender, which are 2 softer songs. So I mean, you already have had that blend on past records, and now you have this one. But it's just there's only 3 heavy songs on the album.
Yeah.
So the softer stuff kind of takes precedent over that. But I mean, and it's not. I don't believe, last I looked, it's selling as well initially as their other albums did. But that could change. Who knows? I feel like maybe Rona has a lot to do with that.
I think so as well.
Yeah.
I don't think it's just that it's not being reviewed as well. I think it's, you don't have concerts, you don't have press reviews or like, signings and stuff like that to help push album sales.
Right. But I mean, all in all, I don't think this is going to hurt them. I think A Day to Remember is going to be around for a very, very, very long time. So I think the guys will be fine.
Yeah, I don't see them going anywhere just because of one album release.
Yeah.
So
I think they'll be okay.
Yeah. The other one that I kind of wanted to touch on is something that you and I have been listening to quite a lot lately.
Oh God, we have.
And that's Architect's new album. Mm-hmm. Whole band.
For those that wish to exist, released on February 26th. Oh my God.
So let's just get this out of the way. Fucking animals and black lungs. Yes.
See, I love those non-singles. I think out of the singles, the other 2 were Dead Butterflies and Meteor. Personally, I think Meteor is my personal favorite out of those 4, but not singles. Impermanence with Winston McCall from Parkway Drive, which Parkway Drive is in like my top fucking 3 metal bands, I would say.
They're solid.
So Impermanence is great. Libertine or Libertine, however you say that, is
Libertine,
great.
Yeah.
Goliath with Biffy Clyro or Simon Neil of Biffy Clyro. I think I have that right. Which Biffy Clyro is a great band. So that's a phenomenal song. Again, some people were kind of turned off because it is a little bit less intense than their last album from 2018. But after with the band's history, I feel like this album is kind of a culmination of what they've been going for these past few go-arounds when it comes to recording, and I think it paid off because the album is. I don't think there's a single bad. Like, A Day to Remember, there were some times where I'm like, there's 2 or 3 songs on Day to Remember's album where I'm like, I don't know if I like this or not. I didn't have that problem with Architects. I was like, there's not a single song on here that isn't a hit.
I've been listening to A Day to Remember for years and years. Mm-hmm. And there's quite a few, like, on every single one of their albums, there's a few songs where I'm like, I don't know if I like this.
Yeah.
But this Architects album, there's not a single song where I'm like, I'm not going to listen to this song on this album.
Right.
If it comes on, I'm going to listen to it.
Exactly. Like, whether it's like the soft closer, Dying Is Absolutely Safe, like that last song that kind of brings everything to a head, or something in the middle, like Dead Butterflies or whatever it is. Like every single segment on that, every single spot on that album there's not a dull moment. There's really not. So yes, good work by the boys over there. And it's #1 in the UK and in Australia, which for a metal band in 2021 is unfucking heard of.
Which is awesome. I'm so glad.
Yeah, like that out of all these other artists, all these other genres, that is mind-boggling that a metal band, not even like heavy metal like Black Sabbath or like Judas Priest or anything like that, but metalcore, which again is not the heaviest stuff. It's not like brutal death metal, but that's metalcore.
Or my favorite subgenre of metal is metalcore.
But metalcore is still, for people that don't particularly listen to that on a regular basis, that scene is too heavy, which I get that. But for that to be #1 is wow.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
So we got a few ratings here. Any decent music gave it a 7.7. Metacritic gave it an 80 out of 100. Clash a 9 out of 10. Dead Press 9 stars. Distorted Sound 9 stars. What is it?
Dead Press is 10.
Is that a 10-star review?
Yes.
I don't know what that means.
No, that's the numbnuts. That's like the footnote.
I forgot Wikipedia had.
Yeah. That's okay. That's okay.
DIY gave it 4. Exclaim a 7. Kerrang! That's a 5-star review. The Line of Best Fit got a 7. New Noise 7. Was it New Musical Express gave it a 4 out of 10, and Wall of Sound 9 out of 10. So all across the board, it's pretty good. It's being reviewed really well. And of course it is, because it got top in UK and yeah. So
oh
yeah, that's a good one.
That's
showing up.
There's an audio spike.
All right, well, this is our little interlude, or in place of our work story. Due to the nature of our work and the people that come in and the sensitivity of our work and information that we come across, I don't think we'll probably be doing very many work stories, as much as we'd like to. It's just for security of our jobs and stuff like that. So, fortunately, we're gonna replace that with this. So hopefully, it's not too much of a bother. Okay, this is disgusting. So anyway, the Quesalupa.
Yeah.
It was good.
It was pretty good.
It was really good.
So, yeah, a menu item that has not been with Taco Bell's repertoire in like 5 years. And then just debuted back out of nowhere. It's like, surprise, bitches, we back.
Surprise, we took a chicken and turducken and we make it a chicken turducken. Wait, that doesn't make sense.
It doesn't even have chicken in it, or turkey or duck.
It's a quesadilla that made into a chalupa.
Yes, which was a fan favorite, but Taco Bell is very smart at cycling those out.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really eat Taco Bell. There was one menu. I like their nacho fries, but there's one menu item that Taco Bell has had that if they ever bring it back, I will be there in 10 seconds flat. And that is the chicken chalupa. Because it was a chalupa made of fried chicken. Not in any aspect healthy for you. I feel like if you have 2 or 3 a week, you will go into cardiac arrest. However, well worth it. But the quesalupa was very solid. I see the appeal.
I wish I could have finished mine. It was really, really good, but my acid reflux was kicking my ass.
Yeah, you didn't look so good there.
Yeah, it tasted great, but I could feel like the burn and like the acid kind of like swelling in my sternum kind of thing, or like comes and I was like, man, if I finish this, I'm going to puke.
Right, you were having a not good, as they say, not a good time.
I was not having a good time. No. Oh man. All right. Well, is there anything else you want to talk about? I mean, we're hitting the. Really, it's more like a 32-minute mark. Because we had that little 5-minute interlude in the beginning. Interlude. It's not the right word. Interlude's a medium, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So why'd I say interlude?
I think it was a 5-minute.
Well, we're gonna call it a 5-minute warm-up session.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's what we're gonna call it.
Which, yeah. Well, I don't know what we said in those 5 minutes.
Well, we can listen to it here in a second.
Yeah, what did we put in? What did we put out?
Next time on Dumbscast, we're going to talk about fucking Rhapsody. Which is a terrible movie.
And other movies as quite not as good, or even better or worse.
I still want to get you to watch Ginger Dead Man.
And I still need to get you... What terrible movies? Oh, I need you to see Kung Fu Rabbit.
Yes.
Because that one's fucking terrible.
Was there anything else pressing you would like to say?
I mean...
Or talk about?
At the moment, I can't really think of anything like super on the nose or pressing at the moment. I just want to say that, wow, this was a lot more off the rails and off the cuff than I expected it to be.
I expected it to be really off the rails and off the cuff like this. I just didn't expect it to be 38 minutes.
Yeah, but again, this is what happens when you get
two guys have been friends for 14 years.
Just two average dudes in a room together.
I think we didn't even talk about the last subject.
Yeah, because we didn't I mean, we plotted out an agenda, but we also didn't expect to we didn't expect to talk about Star Wars for like 8 minutes or however long we talked about it. So had we not done that and allocated that time towards the last topic, we probably could have fit it all in.
True, yeah.
But there's a dumbass. What are you doing?
Notebook.
See, there's no.
We've been trying to close. We've been trying to close the last. Or we've been trying to. See, we've been trying to end this episode for 2 minutes now. 3 minutes now.
See, what I'm worried about is, since there's no video, when I called you a dumbass earlier, I really hope a listener wasn't just like, whoa, what? That's not a personal attack, is it? Because I was talking to you and then dumbass. But yes, so we are going to conclude this first hosh posh episode. Yes, shit. That we just, that hints the name.
Yeah,
Dumpster Cast, because it's just kind of do we have an agenda? Yes. Do we always follow it? Debatable.
No. I can tell you right now, there's not gonna be a single episode where we're gonna follow the agenda by the book.
By the book, no,
not gonna happen.
We'll follow it 99%, but would ever be a straight 100? Probably not.
More like 90%.
More like, I was gonna say like 52. I was gonna be generous with it.
Well, I don't really know how to end it yet. Like, it's our first one, so it's like we haven't really developed an outro or an intro, so.
That is true. We could leave with kind of like what to look forward to, or
that's true.
We could cover, the last topic that we did not get to in terms of the actual gaming news was the whole Rust servers kind of melting due
to a little fire,
due to a decent sized fire. Yes,
or we're like, we don't know how to end this. Goodbye.